Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in the last lecture, we have discussed about the different types of windows, that is rectangular window. Then we have discussed on triangular window. Then we have had a discussion brief on Hamming, and in detail, we had a discussion on Hamming window. Now let's have some comparison of these windows. Well, this black one is not required for you again. So this is a summary or a comparison of window parameters. Can I start?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you just write the today's title as summary of window parameters. Sometimes you may expect a difference in like comparison of different window parameters as a question. So there, as already we have discussed detailed about rectangular and as well as Hamming window, but we will compare the values here again with other window parameters also. Just write the today's summary like title as summary of window parameters. Just draw this table. In that we have written like window, peak amplitude of side lobe, then main lobe width, and the minimum stop band attenuation. Are you noting this?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So the first column is a window, different types of windows. And second column is a peak amplitude of side lobe in dB it is. Then third column is main lobe width. Then fourth column is minimum stop band attenuation. Rectangular window has peak amplitude minus 13 dB and the main lobe width is 4 pi by n. The minimum stop band attenuation is minus 21. Like Bartlett, or this is also called as triangular window, which has peak amplitude minus 25 dB. The main lobe width is 8 pi by n and its minimum attenuation is minus 25. And Hamming is having the peak amplitude as minus 31 and main lobe width is 8 pi by n and the minimum stop band is minus 44. Hamming is having the peak amplitude as minus 41. The main lobe width is 8 pi by n and its minimum stop band attenuation is minus 53. And lastly, Blackman window is having the peak amplitude of minus 57 dB. Main lobe width is 12 pi by n and the minimum stop band is minus 74 dB. So this is what the summary of window parameters we need to remember. Or
Yes, sir.
and you may expect like MCQ question on this also. They may ask you the peak amplitude for rectangular window. The peak amplitude of side lobe for rectangular window is. So what is the value? What should be the correct answer here?
minus 13 dB.
It is minus 13 dB. Or else they may ask you like the main lobe width of Hamming window dash. The main lobe width of Hamming window dash it is. What is the answer?
8 pi by n.
8 pi by n.
It is 8 pi by n. Right? So you may expect like how many MCQ questions? Like 5 parameters, around 15 MCQ you may expect on this part. तो कुछ भी पूछ सकते हैं वहां पे, right? So that way also you need to remember. So that's why I've given this table to remember you, and you can remember it easily. Okay. Now let's take an example on this. Just note down the example. Design an ideal high pass filter. Design an ideal high pass filter. An ideal high pass filter with a frequency response. Design an ideal high pass filter with a frequency response. With a frequency response. HD of e power j omega equals to frequency response. HD of e power j omega equals to one for pi by 4 less than or equals to omega less than or equals to pi. It's in magnitude just, right? And is 0 for the 0 for magnitude omega less than or equals to pi by 4. The 0 magnitude omega less than or equals to pi by 4. Find the values of h of n find the values of h of n for n equals to 11. You need to find h of n for n equals to 11, full stop. Find h of z. Find h of z. Find h of z and plot the magnitude response. And plot the magnitude response using Hamming window. Using Hamming window. Using Hamming window. Have you noted the question? Can anyone read it? Please read the question. Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So can you read the question?
Design an ideal high-pass filter with a frequency response HD of e power j omega equal to 1 for pi by 4 less than or equal to magnitude omega less than or equal to pi and 0 for magnitude omega less than or equal to pi by 4. Find the values of h of n for n equal to 11. Find h of z and plot the magnitude response using Hamming window.
Okay. Hope everyone has written this clearly. Now, so let us write a solution for this. Solution. Are you recalling something by looking at this question? Whether we have solved this question earlier? Yes or no?
Yes, sir, for rectangular window.
Okay, like simple filter we have solved, not even rectangular window also. For simple filter as a design, we have taken this part, right?
Sir.
So this we have to solve with the Hamming window now. Okay, the procedure will remain same. Only one step will get changed, and rest all is remaining the same again. So for that, what we have to do is, so first we have to calculate the window function value. Okay, just write first. We are solving this with window function. So that is, we are calculating the window function value first. So how do you calculate window function value? You just write one equation. Solution you write. To find Hamming window function values, to find Hamming window function value, to find Hamming window function value, for the formula, or using the formula, what is that? WH of n is equals to, what formula we are having? 0.54 plus 0.46 cos 2 pi n divided by n minus 1 for what is the formula we are having is minus of n minus 1 by 2, which is less than or equals to n, less than or equals to n minus 1 by 2, right? So this is the formula of Hamming window. Let's call it as equation 1. This is the formula of Hamming window. Okay, getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Now here, what is the value of n? Capital N value is what? What it is given?
11.
11.
As given as n equals to 11. So we just substitute n equals to 11 in that. So we'll write omega h of n is equals to, what we'll write? 0.54 plus 0.46 into cos, what we will get? Pi n, that is 2 pi n divided by 10. Or simply what I can write this can also be written as 0.54 plus 0.46 into cos, what we will write?
Pi n by 5.
It is pi n by 5. Pi n by 5. Let's call it as equation 2. Have you understood this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you substitute the value of, ये value हमें calculate करना है. Like how many values we need to calculate? We need to calculate this value for, what is the limit? Minus 5 less than or equals to n and less than or equals to 5. मतलब इतने samples के लिए calculate करना है. So what I will write is the first value. तो क्या लिखेंगे अभी यहाँ पे? Let's write omega h of 0 is equals to, what is the value we will write? Omega h of 0 is 0.54 plus 0.46 and cos 0, because the n value is 0 means the whole thing goes to 0 here. So what is its value? Its value is equals to 1. Okay. So omega h of 0 is 1. This is one sample value we have calculated. Likewise, we need to calculate another 10 sample values. So that what we will write? So we'll write omega h of minus 1 is equals to omega h of 1. Just calculate these values. Omega h of minus 2 is equals to omega h of 2. Omega h of minus 3 is equals to omega h of 3. Then omega h of minus 4 is equals to omega h of plus 4. Then what I can write next? और क्या लिख सकते हैं यहाँ पे? What is the last part? We can write it as omega h of minus 5 is equals to omega h of plus 5. Just note down these values. What is the value of omega h of 1?
0.912.
It is 0.912. Simply n equals to 1 we need to substitute. So we'll get it as 0.54 plus 0.46 into cos pi by n, sorry, pi by 5, which is what? The value is 0.912, na?
Yes, sir.
The value we will get it as 0.912. So that is simply I will write it as 0.912 is the first value. And what about second?
0.682.
0.682.
It is 0.682. Then third,
0.397.
0.398. Then fourth, 0.
167.
167. Okay. This is 167. Then lastly,
0.08.
it is 0.08. ठीक है, तो ये अब हमें we have calculated the window function values. Now, so what we require here already for this equation, we have calculated the HD of n value. तो वो वैल्यूज यहाँ पे डायरेक्ट ले सकते हैं हम, अगर otherwise we have to calculate the value of HD of n also. Okay, we will go it once again otherwise. So this is the step 1 here again, right? Then next, you just write the next as to find HD of n value, to find HD of n value. What is the formula here? What is the formula we are having? What is the formula to find HD of n?
1/2 pi integration from minus pi to pi hd of e power j omega into e power j omega into d omega.
Okay, HD of n equals to, we have the formula as 1/2 pi integral minus pi to pi hd of e raised to j omega into e raised to j omega n. Okay. Now, so this already we have calculated. So that is what I can write here. This is equals to 1 by 2 pi. What are the limits here? लिमिट क्या आएगा आपका अभी? Can anyone tell me what will be the limit?
स्प्लिट होगा सर.
स्प्लिट होगा. ठीक है, तो कहां से कहां तक आएगा? So already I have taken this. You just go back to your next previous pages and check that.
minus pi to minus pi by 4.
So it is minus pi to minus pi by 4. क्या आएगा यहाँ पे? e power j omega n d omega plus what I will get next? Integral
Pi by 4 to pi.
pi by 4 to pi e power j omega n into d omega. ये सब सिंप्लीफाई करने के बाद फाइनल आंसर क्या मिला था आपने? इट इज 1 बाई पाई n multiplied with sin pi n
Sin minus sin pi by 4.
minus sin pi by 4 minus sin pi by 4 n. Okay, so this is the value of minus infinity less than or equals to n and less than or equals to infinity. It is n less than or equals to infinity. Now to truncate this, what we have written is h of n. Okay, so h of n equals to, we have calculated the values. वहां पे क्या वैल्यूज कैलकुलेट किए थे हमने? कैन आई राइट द डायरेक्ट फिल्टर कोएफिशिएंट्स हियर? फॉर दिस we have written h of n equals to hd of n. hd of n, let us take it is okay, hd of n for magnitude n less than or equals to 5. We have calculated these values. कैलकुलेट किया था क्या नहीं? हेलो, can anyone give me the response? So what are the values we have calculated? We got h of 0 कितना आया था वैल्यू?
3 by 4.
It is 3 by 4 means 0.75. Then next what we have written? What we have written here? h of 1 equals to h of minus 1 is equals to कितना आया था वैल्यू? minus
225.
0.25. Okay, h of 2 is equals to h of minus 2, which is equals to minus 0.159. Then h of 3 is equals to h of minus 3, which is equals to minus 0.075. Okay, then next we have written h of 4 is equals to h of minus 4, which is equals to, the value is 0, and lastly we have written h of 5 is equals to h of minus 5 is equals to, the value is 0.045. Okay, so if you want, you just write here, refer, क्या एग्जाम्पल है वो? Can you write the reference here? Refer example number. क्या नंबर है? हेलो, हेलो, एम
Yes, sir.
ऑडिबल? सेकेंड
सेकंड एग्जांपल है
एग्जाम्पल
सर।
का डेट क्या है? ऑन विच डेट?
Given date 14/8 and solved 17/8.
मतलब 17 का डालेंगे हम, 17 8 20। ठीक है, तो ये आपको रेफर के लिए रहेगा वहां पे, लाइक हाउ वी आर गेटिंग दीज वैल्यूज. So this is what the value of HFN we are calculated, right? Any confusion here?
No, sir.
नो सर।
Now let's write the third step. Third step. थर्ड स्टेप क्या होगा आपका अभी? You just write third step as the filter coefficients using Hamming window. The filter coefficients using Hamming window sequence is the filter coefficients using Hamming window sequence is. Can I go to the next step? Have you noted all these values?
यस सर।
The filter coefficients using Hamming window sequence is, you just write h dash of n equals to, you just write h dash of n, h dash of n is equals to, what we will write is h of n multiplied with omega h of n, h of n multiplied with omega h of n for -5 less than or equals to n less than or equals to 5. H dash of n equals to h of n omega h of n for -5 less than or equals to n less than or equals to 5, and is 0 otherwise, and is 0 otherwise. Are you getting this step? क्या कर रहा हूं मैं यहां पे अभी? What we are doing? Hello, are you getting this step?
यस सर।
So what we are doing, we have noted the value of omega h of n. ठीक है, तो ओमेगा एच ऑफ एन को क्या करो अभी, लाइक ओके, and h of n also we have noted. Now, so what I will write, so this equals to, like I will, let me write it as h dash of 0 is equals to, h dash of 0 is equals to, क्या लिखेंगे वैल्यू यहां पे, h of 0 multiplied with omega h of 0, so which is equals to, what is the value? h of 0 का वैल्यू कितना है आपका? What is the value of h?
0.7.
It is 0.75 into omega h of 0 is 1, which will be equals to, it is 0.75. This is the first value. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Next, we are writing h dash of 1 is equals to h dash of minus 1 is equals to, what I will write, h of 1 multiplied with omega h of 1, which is equals to, just calculate all the values. So what is its value? h of 1 का वैल्यू कितना है आपका? It is minus 0.225 into, and the value of omega h of 1 is 0.912, which is equals to, what is the value?
minus 0.2052.
Minus 0.2052. Okay. So likewise, you calculate the other values. H dash of 2 is equals to H dash of minus 2 is equals to, this we will write it as H of 2 multiplied with WH of 2, which is equals to, just write down the values. H dash of 3 is equals to H dash of minus 3 is equals to, we'll write it as H of 3 into WH of 3. H dash of 4 is equals to H dash of minus 4 is equals to H of 4 into WH of 4. Then lastly I will write H dash of 5 is equals to H dash of minus 5, which is equals to H of 5 multiplied with omega H of 5. What is the second value?
Minus 0.1084.
It is minus 0.1084. Next,
Minus 0.029.
minus 0.029, or else we can write it as 0.03. Fourth one
0.
is 0. And last 0.0036. Have you got this value?
Yes, sir.
Any confusion here?
No, sir.
Then next step. Next step you write the transfer function. Next step you just write to find the transfer function of the filter. To find the transfer function of the filter. This is our step 3. To find the transfer function of the filter. What is the formula we are having? Can I move to the next part? Hope you all have noted this. Have you noted this? Step 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's move to the next step 4. Step 4 is what? The transfer function of the filter is given by, or to find the transfer function of the filter, which is given as, what is the formula of calculating transfer function? Formula क्या है? H of Z is equals to H of 0 we have used. Here we will use it as H dash of 0 plus summation n equals to 1 to 5. Don't get confusion with the notation. Right? H dash of n multiplied with z to the power minus n plus z to the power n. This is the formula. This can be expressed as, what I can write, H dash of 0 plus h dash of 1 multiplied with z power minus n plus z power n plus h dash of 2 multiplied with z power minus n plus z power n.
Sir, z power minus 2 and z power 2.
Okay, sorry. So this will be this is 1 minus 1 plus z power plus 1 plus h dash of 2 multiplied with z power minus 2 plus z power 2 plus h dash of 3 multiplied with z power minus 3 plus z power 3, then plus h dash of 4 multiplied with z power minus 4 plus z power 4 plus h dash of 5 multiplied with z power minus 5 plus z power 5. Okay. Now we just go on substituting the values. What is h dash of 0 value? 0.75 plus h dash of 1 value is 0.2052 multiplied with z power minus 1 plus z power 1 plus or minus it is 0.1084 multiplied with z power minus 2 plus z power 2, then h dash of 3 is minus 0.03 multiplied with z power minus 3 plus z power 3, then plus h dash of 4 is 0, so I will write directly for h dash of 5, that is 0.0036 multiplied with z power minus 5 plus z power 5. Okay. Have you finished this?
Yes, sir.
Now, what is the next step again? So rest all procedure is same again. तो पहला 2 step हमें change है, बाकी is the same. What is next step? Can anyone tell me? What is the next step in designing part?
Calculate h dash of z.
H dash of z we need to calculate. That we are calling it as realizable transfer function. Right? So can I move to the next part?
Yes, sir.
Next, fifth point or fifth step we'll call it is, that is to find, just write, to find transfer function of a realizable filter, to find transfer function of a realizable filter, that is h dash of z is equals to h dash of z is equals to, we'll write it as z power minus 5 h of z, z power minus 5 h of z. Can you calculate the sequence?
Yes, sir.
Please calculate and tell me the last answer. Let me see. And I will ask randomly to this. Ankita is there? Ankita Sate. Ankita Sate.
Yes, sir.
Ah, madam. Have you understood the example?
Yes, sir.
Are you calculating the process? पुढचा पार्ट करा लागले का?
Step 5 करते सर.
हाँ?
Step 5 करते.
ओके, ठीक है. अंजलि, अंजलि Magade.
Yes, sir.
Have understood, madam? Any difficulty in this?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Are you solving?
Yes, sir.
क्या कर रहे हैं बोलो अभी थोड़ा. What you are solving? Can you tell me what you are solving? आप बता सकते हैं क्या सॉल्व कर रहे हैं? हेलो, Ayesha is there?
Yes, sir.
हाँ madam. Can you tell me what you are solving?
Last transfer functions h of z is equal to
हाँ.
z raised to 4 into minus 5 into h of z.
ओके. क्या करना है यहाँ पे?
मल्टीप्लीकेशन है सर h of z का z raised to -5 से.
ओके, कर रहे आप?
हाँ सर.
हाँ, झाल्यानंतर आन्सर सांगायचं मला.
येस सर.
ओके. मयूरी मॅडम, मयूरी नामदे. मयूरी इज देयर? 15 मिनिट आधी अटेंडन्स लावून गायब होऊ नका. मयूरी नामदे, पल्लवी ऋतुंड, मयूर इज देयर? पल्लवी, पल्लवी, okay, what is the final answer? Anybody has got the answer?
Yes.
Yes, please.
0.0036.
We got the answer as 0. Wait 1 minute. Let me write it. 0.0036
Minus 0.03.
minus 0.03
Z raised to minus 2.
z raised to minus 2.
Minus
0.
0.1084.
1084
Z raised to minus 3.
raised to minus 3. Okay.
Minus
0.2052
0.2052. Z raised to minus 4.
z raised to minus 4
Plus 0.75.
plus 0.75
Z raised to minus 5.
z raised to minus 5. Okay.
minus
Ah,
0.2052
0.2052
z raised to minus 6
z raised to minus 6
minus 0.1084
0.1084
z raised to minus 7
z raised to minus 7
minus 0.03
minus 0.03
z raised to minus 8
z raised to minus 8
plus 0.0036
0.0036
z raised to
z
minus 10.
raised to minus 10. Very good. So is everyone has got this answer?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. Okay. Now, what is the next step? कोई बताएंगे? Next step, what we will write? The filter coefficients of the causal filter are. Just write that. The filter coefficients of the causal filter are. How do we write this? The filter coefficients of the causal filter are. कैसा लिखेंगे यहाँ पे? Can anyone tell me?
H of 0 is equal to H of 10.
Yes, we will write it as h of 0 is equals to h of 10, which is equals to, what is the value? 0.0036. The next, h of 1 is equals to h of 9, which is equals to, the value is
0.
0. Then h of 2 is equals to h of 8, which is equals to, what is the value? Minus 0.03. The next, h of 3 is equals to h of 7, which is equals to minus 0.1084. Then h of 4 is equals to h of 6, which is equals to, the value is minus 0.2052, and h of 5 is equals to, the value is 0.75. Okay. Hope you understood this.
Yes, sir.
Any confusion here? Okay. What is the next step? Next step क्या है अभी?
Frequency response.
Okay, to find frequency response, you just write 7th step. Step 7. To find frequency response. To find frequency response. What is the formula we are having? What is the formula to find frequency response? Yes.
Of e power j omega is equal to
H of e power
H of
j
e power
omega. J omega is
is
equals
equal
to
summation n from 0 to n minus 1 by 2
n from 0 to n minus 1 by 2
a
a
n
of
cos
n cos
omega
omega
n.
n. ठीक है. What about a of n here? That is first, where a of 0 is equals to, what we are writing? H into h of n minus 1 by 2 and a of n equals to, what is the formula we are having is a of n is equals to, we have it is 2h of n minus 1 by 2 minus n. What is the first value here? The value of a of 0 is what? Is equals to h of कितना आएगा 5 is equals to it is 0.75. Then just calculate a of 1, a of 2, a of 3, a of 4 and a of 5. So what is the value of a of 1? What is the value of a of 1?
minus 0.4104.
Okay, it is minus 0.4104. The next a of 2, what is a of 2?
minus 0.2168.
2168. A of 3, a of 3 value
0.06.
is 0.06. And a of 4, 0. The a of 5 is 0.0072. Understood? Any confusion here? Hello?
No, sir.
Okay. Then what will happen to this h of j omega value, e power j omega value? So we will write it this way. So this I can write h of e power j omega equals to h of e power j omega is equals to this. If I expand it, what I can write? A of 0 and cos 0 is 1 plus a of 1 cos omega plus a of 2 cos 2 omega plus a of 3 cos 3 omega plus a of 4 cos 4 omega plus a of 5 cos 5 omega. So after expanding the above equation, we'll get it in this way. And finally, if I substitute the values here, h of e power j omega is equals to a of 0 is 0.75, then a of 1 is minus 0.4104 cos omega. Then next a of 2 is minus 0.2168 cos 2 omega. Then a of 3 is minus 0.66 cos 3 omega. A of 4 is 0, so it's going to be 0 plus 0.0072 0.0072 into cos 5 omega. Okay, have you understood this?
Yes, sir.
Now just give the equation number for this. What is the equation you can give? पहले हम दिए थे क्या कहीं पे?
3, sir.
Let's call it as equation 1. Call it as equation 1. So what is the next step? Next step क्या है आपका? What is the next step?
Table.
टेबल ड्रॉ करना है और ओमेगा का वैल्यू वेरी करके we need to find h of e power j omega and h of e power j omega in dB. Can you do that part? तो यहाँ पे टेबल में वैल्यूज क्या करो अभी? यू जस्ट नोट डाउन दिस so that you can calculate. You just write omega in degree. Omega in degree. So you just write 0, 15, 30, 45, 60, 75. Are you writing? लिख रहे?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, कहाँ तक लिखे? 75. उसके बाद 90, 105, 120, 135, 150, 165, 180. For these values, you just calculate the part and then finally plot the graph. Can I repeat the omega value? 0, 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 105, 120, 135, 150, 165 and 180. तो इसके लिए आपको टेबल ड्रॉ करना है. Then finally you need to plot the value. Okay, can you do that part?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll stop it here. You can mark your attendance.